normally by the pool, and so I was actually poolside when I found out, and there's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest,
A sunny afternoon, a bustling sports apparel store, and a fan standing at the counter, eyes wide with anticipation. "I'll take a Sophie Cunningham jersey," they say, voice brimming with excitement. The clerk checks the system, frowns, and delivers the gut punch. "Sold out." The fan blinks. "Okay, how about a medium?" "Sold out." "Large?" "Gone." "Extra large?" "Nope." "Double XL?" The clerk shakes their head, almost apologetic. Completely wiped out. This wasn't just a one-off. Across the country, in stores and online, Sophie Cunningham's Indiana Fever jerseys vanished faster than free pizza at a college dorm. Within minutes of their release, every size, every style, poof, gone. The WNBA had seen hype before, but this?
And like I said, it's all about the people, it's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to.
This was a cultural earthquake, a seismic shift that left rival players glancing nervously at their own unsold merchandise, still neatly stacked on shelves. Was this a testament to Sophie's star power, a cleverly orchestrated marketing stunt, or something bigger, a movement? Buckle up, because on our YouTube channel, we're diving headfirst into the jersey frenzy, the shade it stirred, and the electrifying chaos that's redefining the Indiana Fever's place in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham, the firecracker lighting up Indiana. Sophie Cunningham isn't just a basketball player, she's a force of nature. Imagine a caffeinated hummingbird with a competitive streak that could make a grizzly bear back down. That's Sophie. Known for her relentless energy and a playing style that's equal parts grit and swagger, she's the kind of athlete who doesn't just compete, she commands the court. When she signed with the Indiana Fever, it wasn't just a roster change, it was a declaration. Sophie was here to win, to shake things up, and maybe, just maybe, to ruffle a few feathers along the way. Her arrival in Indiana felt like the opening scene of a blockbuster movie. She strolled into her first press conference with the confidence of someone who'd already mentally claimed her spot in the starting lineup. You could practically see the sparks flying as she spoke, her words laced with a mix of charm and defiance. "I'm here to play my game," she said, flashing a grin that promised trouble for her opponents. "No one's going to tell me to slow down or tone it down. This is me." And just like that, the WNBA knew Sophie Cunningham was about to turn Indiana into her personal playground. But what makes Sophie so magnetic?
Initial conversations with the coaching staff as they maybe discuss what this season could be like, both for the team and for you.
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of Stephanie White, and I'm not kidding. In college,
It's not just her athletic prowess, though her ability to dive for loose balls like they're the last slice of pizza at a party is legendary. It's her attitude. She plays with the boldness of someone who's never heard the phrase "calm down," and the fearlessness of a kid challenging their big sibling to a backyard showdown. On the court, she's all elbows, trash talk, and relentless hustle. Off the court, she's a spark plug, igniting excitement wherever she goes. When she says she's refreshed and motivated, you believe her because Sophie doesn't do half measures. "I feel like my spark is back," she told reporters, her eyes gleaming with mischief. "Everyone thinks I've been feisty? Oh, you haven't seen feisty yet." The room erupted in laughter, but there was an edge to her words, a promise that this season would be anything but ordinary. For Indiana Fever fans, it was a rallying cry. For her rivals, a warning shot. The jersey that broke the internet lets rewind to the moment that set the WNBA world ablaze, the release of Sophie Cunningham's Indiana Fever jersey. It wasn't just a piece of polyester with a name stitched on the back, it was a cultural phenomenon. The second those jerseys hit the online store, it was like someone had flipped a switch. Fans flooded websites, crashing servers in their desperation to snag one. Social media exploded with screenshots of sold-out notifications, anguished emojis, and triumphant posts from those lucky enough to secure their prize. Somewhere, a Nike executive was probably popping champagne, marveling at the chaos they'd unwittingly unleashed. The demand was so intense it felt like a national emergency, except instead of seeking shelter, fans were scrambling for tank tops. "I've never seen anything like this," one retailer told our YouTube channel. "We restocked 3 times in an hour and they were gone before we could blink." The numbers tell the story. Within hours, every Sophie Cunningham jersey was gone. Small, medium, large, extra large didn't matter. Even the kids' sizes sold out, with parents battling it out online to score one for their hoops-obsessed tweens.
She coached against me and whatnot, and so we've known each other for quite a long time. And since I've been in the league, I was like, hey, when are you gonna coach me? You know, like it was always just kind of a running joke. And
the frenzy wasn't limited to Indiana either. From coast to coast, fans who'd never watched a WNBA game suddenly declared themselves die-hard Fever supporters. "I've always loved the Fever," insisted one guy on Twitter, sorry X, who clearly thought Tamika Catchings was a brand of fishing gear. But the real drama unfolded in the comment sections and group chats. "How is it sold out already?" wailed one fan, as if bots.
for the past like 3 or 4 years, and so it to finally all kind of come together just at the right time, I'm stoked. I think she's a heck of a coach. I love her offense. I love her approach to games and her approach to her players and the relationship.
Together, Sophie and Caitlin are a duo straight out of a basketball fairy tale. Sophie's in-your-face defense and relentless hustle pair perfectly with Caitlin's cool-headed precision. It's like watching a wildfire and a laser beam team up to take over the court. "They're unstoppable," one analyst told our YouTube channel. Sophie's out there collecting debts and Caitlin's dropping bombs from 30 feet out. Good luck guarding that. Their chemistry isn't just professional, it's personal. In one clip that's gone viral on our YouTube channel, Sophie is seen entering the Fever's locker room, holding up her new jersey like it's a trophy. "Oh, I love this," she exclaims, her voice bubbling with rookie-like excitement. "It's like I'm starting all over again." In the background, you can hear Caitlin's unmistakable laugh, a reminder that these two aren't just teammates. They're friends who feed off each other's energy. That moment, captured on video, is more than just a cute behind-the-scenes glimpse. It's a symbol of the Fever's new era, young, bold, and unapologetically fun. Sophie and Caitlin aren't here to blend in. They're here to dominate, to entertain, and to remind everyone that women's basketball is a force to be reckoned with. The Fever's fan base, a force of nature. If Sophie and Caitlin are the heart of the Indiana Fever, the fans are the pulse. Fever supporters aren't just fans. They're a movement, a community that lives and breathes basketball. When tickets go on sale, it's like Black Friday at a tech store. Websites crash, lines form, and the lucky ones who snag seats celebrate like they've won the lottery. Forget casual cheering. These fans show up with custom jerseys, handmade signs, and enough energy to power a small city.
Look at the rest of these. If you want a small, here's the sign. Here it is right here. Sold out. Right there. Oh, okay.
The jersey frenzy was just the tip of the iceberg. Fever fans have turned merchandise into a lifestyle. T-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, even car decals emblazoned with Caitlin Clark's name. Name it, they've bought it. One fan, interviewed by our YouTube channel, proudly showed off her custom-wrapped Honda Civic, decked out in Fever colors. "I drive this to every game," she said, grinning. "It's my way of showing the world who I'm rooting for." Compare that to other WNBA fan bases, and the contrast is stark. Take the Chicago Sky, for example. You'd think Angel Reese's return would have fans storming the box office, but the reality is quieter. Preseason games in Chicago feel like library study sessions, with half the arena empty and merchandise gathering dust in warehouses. Meanwhile, in Indiana, even preseason games sell out in minutes, with fans tailgating in the parking lot like it's the Super Bowl. What's the secret to the Fever's fan base? It's not just about wins, though Sophie and Caitlin are delivering plenty of those. It's about belief. Fever fans don't just support their team, they invest in it. They show up in team colors, scream their lungs out, and defend their players like family. When Sophie dives for a loose ball, or Caitlin sinks a logo three, the crowd doesn't just cheer. They erupt, turning every game into a celebration of pride and possibility.
Well, let me get a medium. Sold out. Let me get a large. Sold out. Let me get an extra large. Sold out. Hey, 2XL. Sold.
The marketing genius, or happy accident. Behind the frenzy was the jersey sellout a stroke of marketing genius or a happy accident? The truth probably lies somewhere in between. Nike, the WNBA's official apparel partner, isn't new to hype culture. They've been riding the wave of limited edition drops and sneaker mania for years. But even they seemed caught off guard by the Sophie Cunningham frenzy. "We knew she was popular," one insider told our YouTube channel anonymously. "But this was next level. Our factories are working overtime just to keep up." The numbers are staggering. In the first 24 hours, Sophie's jerseys outsold every other players in the WNBA, including veterans with championship rings. Social media amplified the chaos, with influencers and casual fans alike posting their hauls on TikTok and Instagram. One viral video showed a teenager unboxing her jersey, screaming, "I got it!" as her friends cheered in the background. The clip racked up millions of views, further fueling the hype, but not everyone was celebrating. Rival players, whose jerseys remained unsold, couldn't hide their frustration. "It's just marketing," one grumbled to reporters, dismissing the frenzy as a manufactured trend. Others took to social media, posting cryptic shade like, "Funny how some names sell out and others don't."
So excited. Like when I say that I am refreshed and I am motivated and I just like kind of feel like my spark is back. Everyone thinks I've been feisty. You've not even seen the feisty side of me yet. So this should be really...
The underlying tension was clear. Sophie's rise wasn't just boosting the fever, it was exposing cracks in the league's hierarchy. For fans, though, the why didn't matter. Whether it was Sophie's charisma, Caitlin's star power, or a perfect storm of timing and hype, the result was the same. The Indiana Fever were no longer a footnote. They were a phenomenon, and their jerseys were the hottest ticket in town. Sophie's journey, from Phoenix to Fever stardom. To understand Sophie's impact, you have to know where she came from. Before Indiana,
and just a forewarning, this is not a lot of basketball talk video. This is just a lot of like fun, like Sophie Cunningham has arrived team talk. And if you listen closely, you do hear the voice